morning. Hello. Welcome. I'm Paige Alia of Karmic Roots Yoga and Joel Chung in the background on guitar for our music accompaniment for our practice this morning. So welcome to your space wherever you have cultivated it, whether on a mat or a blanket, maybe even from your own bed this morning. Let's all take a moment to make ourselves comfortable laying down on our mats. And taking a moment to remind ourselves that this is your practice. So everything offered is a suggestion. Listen to your breath and your body as your first teachers. If you know you have movement restrictions or limits, things that your doctor or maybe physical therapist has suggested for you, listen to that above the cues and guidance here. Listen to your body, what serves you in this moment, which could be different from another day. And know that that's okay. So maybe before fully stretching out this morning, we curl up into a ball. Drawing the knees towards our torso. Your arms could wrap around the fronts or backs of the legs. You may cross your ankles or have the feet side by side. The knees could be close to one another or a little bit apart. I'm just kind of taking a moment, rocking if you wish. Or just still curled up. And notice your breath. The inhales and the exhales. And think about what brought you to your mat this morning. What brought you here? Whether it was curiosity or needing to connect or needing to move, but gently this morning. Maybe there's something else. Maybe you've had feelings of anxiety and you're hoping a little yoga practice can ease that. Whatever it is, be with it now. And then set an intention around that for your practice today. Whatever it is that you need to invite more of to serve your highest good. And then slowly release your feet down to the mat. You may keep your knees bent, or maybe it would feel good to stretch right out on the mat. And then take a big breath in through the nose and fill up your lungs. Pause at the top of that and then open your mouth and let all the air blow out and fully compress the lungs. When your body is ready, inhale, fill up again. Pause for a moment and let it go. One more time. As you're ready, inhale, fill up. Pause. Open mouth. Let it go. And now notice the natural breaths. Did those cleansing breaths have any effect for you this morning? Maybe it felt almost as if your whole body was sighing and sinking just a little bit more into the earth. And notice where you're connected to the earth. Scan from your heels up the backs of the legs, the hips and glutes. Notice where the spine rises up away from the mat and then where it gently connects to the earth. Notice where your shoulders rest, your arms, your hands. Notice the back of the neck. And now notice where the back of the head rests. And for our breathing today, let's let it be a breath, imagery, visualization. So in your mind, imagine that you're laying in a space where you can see the sky. And it's the most beautiful blue. It's clear. The temperature where you are is comfortable. And feel it now. And as you breathe, imagine little wisps of fluffy white clouds in the sky. Each inhale forming, and each exhale they gently float on by as clouds do. And maybe they move a little more rapidly at first as you settle in. And as the breath flows in and out, the clouds too move softly and smoothly, and they take their time. And you might, in your mind, notice thoughts and feelings coming up. And then those too can become clouds in the sky, and with your exhale you can let them gently float away. So each time you notice things coming up on your mind, acknowledge them, and then let them become a part of your cloud breathing. With each exhale, letting them go. Softly and smoothly. A little bit longer now. And feel your intention once again, what brought you here to your mat today. And then bend both knees, planting the feet on the mat. And walk the feet as wide as the mat. Then gently begin allowing the knees to sway from side to side. And then let the breath begin to guide this movement. Each time you exhale, the knees gently float to one side or the other. And each time you inhale, the knees pass through center. Inhales, filling up. Exhales, letting clouds float by. Breathing in, breathing out. The next time both knees tip toward the right, let the knees pause there. Maybe shift your gaze to the left. Breathing here. A little softer now. Smoother. A little bit longer than the natural rhythm. Breathing softly and smoothly. A little bit longer now. And let your next inhale bring your gaze and knees back to center. And as you exhale, the knees tip this time to the left, pausing there. And optional, your gaze can shift to the right. See the blue sky, and see the clouds, and let them go. Maybe they take some shapes. Each time, noticing, thinking, exhaling, letting go. On your next inhale, come back to center, gaze and knees. And then hug the knees in toward the chest again. The arms can wrap around fronts or backs of the legs. And if you want, add a little rocking or circling on your back. If you crossed your ankles before, maybe cross them the opposite direction this time. Breathing softly and smoothly, a little bit longer. Meeting back at center, release the left foot to the mat, keeping just the right knee hugging toward your torso. The left knee can stay bent with the foot planted, or you can try sending that leg long, letting the heel rest on the floor. And seeing which position feels good for you in this moment. A bent knee or sending the leg long. And then bring your attention to your right hip. And with one arm or both arms, or even no arms at all, here's a spot a strap could come in. Begin rocking that leg side to side, or forward and back, or even begin to draw circles so that the movement goes down into that right hip. And see if you can begin to let the movement be as soft and smooth as your breath. So if you start kind of rapidly, that's all right. Begin to allow the movement to be guided by your breathing. Breathe and then move. So often we move and then breathe, just for now. Let the breath guide. You might switch directions, Even move into some figure eights here. So bringing all that movement into that right hip. And just noticing how it's feeling. What's going on with it this morning. Maybe as you're circling the hip, you circle the ankle too. Or point and flex the foot. And then let's meet back at center. And bringing either just the right hand or both hands to the leg for a little support. And then as you inhale, press the leg into the hand or hands until your arms fully straighten. And then as you exhale, gently draw that knee back towards your chest and then maybe a little wide, as if you're going to take the knee toward the outside of the right ribs. Inhale, press the leg into the hand or hands, straightening the arm. Exhale, bringing that knee back toward the torso or toward the outsides of the ribs. Several more times now. Now the next time as you do this, pressing the knee into the hands, finding that extension. As you exhale, maintain the tension between the hands, and the leg. So as if you were hugging the muscles against the bones here, creating a little resistance. Inhale, keeping that resistance, hugging the muscles to the bones. Exhale, bringing it back in. One more time. And then release the effort. Soften, maybe rock the leg around. Let it be loose. Let it be soft. And then bring one hand or both hands to the back of that right thigh. And draw your toes towards your knee or flexing. And then slowly begin to reach the heel up toward the ceiling, straightening just until you find a stretch here. Breathe and sink your shoulder blades down. Soften your jaw. Breathe here. On your next exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, bend. Your pace. Let the breath guide the movement. Can you find movement for the entire duration of the breath? One more extension up and hold here. Now hold with just the muscles. Let your arms come down and maybe out to a T. So they could be by your hips or out to a T. And keeping the leg extended, slowly lower the whole leg as if you were going to bring the heel down to the floor without touching the floor. Hover the heel just above the floor. And then inhale, the whole leg reaches all the way back up. Keep the leg long. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up again. Pausing here. Adding on, exhale, lower. Hover the heel just above the mat. And then this time, bend the knee and skim the heel across your mat. Bend the knee, bring it all the way back toward the chest, and then inhale, reach the heel up again. So as if you were pedaling a really big bicycle. Lowering heel toward the earth, hover, and then bend the knee, skim the heel across the earth, bringing the leg back toward the chest. The slowest bicycle you can imagine. Lower the heel toward the earth as if there were two sides of the same magnet. So as if your heel doesn't want to touch the floor. You might notice areas of this movement that feel smooth, and areas where you get a little bit of a hiccup, a wavering. And see if you can slow it down to the point of finding some smoothness. Breathing softer, smoother, a little bit longer. Take one more. And next time you bring the knee toward the chest, wrap your arms around the leg and rock the knee side to side. Maybe circle the ankle, wiggle the toes. Then land that right foot onto the left leg. If the left leg is not extend it long now. And the right foot's on the left leg or just to the inside of the left leg. And bring your left hand be onto that right upper leg or the knee. And your right arm, reach it out to your side. And let your right arm stay glued to the floor here. Take an inhale here. And with your exhale, letting the right hip lift up off the floor and taking the right knee across your body as much as what you choose. So it might just be a little bit over the midline. Or maybe it would feel good to let that right hip peel up. Wherever you choose to take this twist, keep your right shoulder glued down to the floor here. Let it be your anchor so that your upper chest, your torso stays facing the ceiling instead of your back and shoulder blade lifting up off of the floor. You might shift your gaze toward the right also. And you can pause on the twist here, or you can unwind and then twist again. Two more breaths wherever you are. Let's all unwind, letting that right hip land on the mat. Bring the right foot onto the mat, the knee is bent. And then let the right knee tip open to the right. And the right foot can come to touch the left leg. Your arms can float down to wherever they feel comfortable, whether on your torso or ribs, by your sides, open to a T, or even reach them back overhead, letting the arms rest. Another option here is to let the right arm drape across the eyes with the palm facing up. If you have glasses on here, it's a point of removing the glasses or sliding them aside if you want to drape the arm across your eyes. Breathing softly, smoothly. A little bit longer now. If your arms are overhead, lowering them. And slowly bring the right knee back up to center, planting the right foot. And bend the left knee, planting the left foot. Press into your heels, lift your hips up an inch. Lower them back down. You might shrug your shoulders here, rock a little bit. And then as you're ready, hugging both knees in towards your chest. You can add the rocking or circling. Stillness is also an option here. Breathing in and breathing out. Visualize your sky. And see your clouds floating by. Landing back at center. This time the right foot will come down to the mat. The left knee stays in toward the chest or a little wider. You can use one hand or both hands to support the leg. If you want, you can send your right leg long on the mat. Give it a try. See how it feels on this side. And then introducing some movement to the left hip. Maybe starting with some rocking or circling. You might circle the ankle here too. You might wiggle the toes. And see if you notice similarities, differences between the left side and how it's feeling and how the right side felt this morning. Is there anything you can do to offer a little more support to this left side? Is there a spot you can pause and breathe? Breathing softer and smoother. A little bit longer now. Eventually coming back to center and having one or both hands on that leg and press the leg into the hands until the arms straighten. And then exhale, gently draw the leg toward your torso or toward the outsides of the ribs. Inhales, pressing. Exhales, drawing in. A couple more times and we'll add on. And this time, as you press the knee into the hand or hands, maintain that tension as if you're hugging the bones with your muscles. As you slowly draw the knee toward the ribs and away. Maintain that tension. Hug the muscles against the bones. A little squeeze. One more. And then find ease, relax. Maybe rock the leg a little side to side. Circle the ankle or point and flex the foot. Bring one hand or both to the back of the left leg now. And as you're ready, slowly inhale and reach the heel up, extending the leg just until you find your stretch. Is it similar or different from the right side? Pause here, breathe. Soften the shoulder blades and the jaw, and be reminded you can always bend the right knee again if you had the leg extended. On an exhale, you'll bend the left knee. Inhale, you'll reach the heel upward again. Breathing soft and smooth. A little bit longer now. The next time your heel reaches up, pause there. Open your arms out to a T or down by the side, keeping the left leg long. Slowly lower the whole leg toward the floor. Hover the heel just above the floor, and then as you inhale, reach it all the way back up. We'll add on. Inhale, reaching heel up. Exhale, that slow lower. Hovering the heel just above the floor, and then this time bending the knee, skimming the heel across your mat, Bring the knee all the way back toward the chest, and then inhale, reaching up. So big bicycle once again. The slowest bicycle you can imagine. That slow lower down. As if there were two polar ends of a magnet repelling one another away. Slowly reaching. Slowly lowering. Breathe in. Don't forget that part. There's no special pattern of breathing here, just breathing softly, smoothly, and a little bit longer. And the next time that knee comes toward the chest, pause there. You can hold the leg. We'll get ready for our twist. So if your right knee is bent, send your right leg long. The left foot will land onto the right leg or just to the inside. Right hand will come to the leg for guidance. Your left arm opens out to a T. That's your glue, your anchor. Inhales here and exhale when you move into your version of the twist. Maybe it's just gradually bringing the left knee across your midline. Maybe your left hip stays on the floor. Maybe it lifts up just a little. Maybe you rock back and forth, or maybe you let the left hip peel up a little more. Keep the left shoulder glued to the floor, your chest facing the ceiling. And your right hand's just resting on that left leg if it's on it. In fact, it doesn't even need to be on it. It can be on the floor. It's just a guide. It's not putting any kind of pressure on the leg. You can shift your gaze to the left if you like. Another breath or two here. And then slowly unwind. Let the left foot come onto the floor. And then let your left knee tip open to the left. Your left foot can touch the right leg. It doesn't have to. Your arms can come down by your sides. They can reach overhead. You can rest the left arm across the eyes with the palm facing the ceiling. Invite yourself to a place of stillness for the next several breaths. Breathing. Visualizing your sky. The practice of noticing your thoughts. And letting them drift on by like clouds. Know that if there's a thought that feels really important, it'll be there later. Just for now, let it gently drift away. Slowly now, lower the arms and bring the left knee back to center. And bend the right knee and plant the right foot. Lift and lower the hips just an inch. And then your choice, either send the legs long or walk the feet wide and let the knees tip in toward one another. Take several breaths here. A moment to check in. Notice how the right side is feeling, how the left side is feeling. Now, slowly, we'll meet with both feet planted on the mat, the knees bent. And lift the right foot up off the mat, bringing the right knee toward your torso. And then take that right ankle across the left thigh. You can let the right knee tip open to the right. Figure 4. You can add a little rocking here. Another option is to lift the left foot up off the floor, bringing both legs a little bit more toward your chest. Noticing where you feel this pose today. Now, keep the right ankle over the left thigh. And if you have the left foot lifted up off the floor, land it and walk the left foot wide on the mat. So the toes might spill off the edges. The right foot is still on the left thigh. The right knee tipped open toward the right. Open your arms to a T. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, let both knees tip toward the right. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, let both knees tip over toward the right. The right ankle stays on that left thigh. And this next time as you tip over toward the right, pause there. Maybe shift your gaze left. You can keep just the right ankle where it is, or you can let the right leg slide a little bit more across that left thigh. You can kind of play with this, see what feels good, where you feel the stretch. And slowly unwind. Letting both feet land on the mat and sway the knees side to side. Lift and lower the hips at center. And cross the left ankle now over that right thigh. The left knee tips open to the left. You can add rocking here or lift the right foot up off the floor, using that right leg to bring both legs a little more toward the torso. Whatever supports you in this pose for this side. It can be similar or different. Breathing softly, smoothly, a little bit longer now. Now if you had the right foot lifted up off the floor, bring it down to the mat. Everyone heel toe that right foot a little wide, the toes can spill off, arms open up. Left ankle stays where it is. On an exhale, this time tipping toward the left. Inhales back to center. Exhales to the left. Your gaze can shift to the right. Following your breath now. Back and forth. The next time you tip both legs, pause there. Breathing softly, smoothly, a little bit longer. And slowly now unwinding. Meeting back at center, releasing the left foot, lift and lower the hips, and sway the knees side to side. Now, the next few minutes, turn over to you. For any last bits of movement you would like before settling in for your final resting pose, your Savasana, the moments of stillness that we all deserve. So if there's another pose here that you know of, or you want to repeat something from earlier, maybe you want to do something on your front side, a little back bend, maybe a bound angle, bringing the bottoms of both feet together and the knees open. Or maybe you're ready now to get comfy and cozy. You can bring in a blanket. Eventually we'll all settle in together, but no, there is no hurry. Take your time, make yourself comfortable. Taking movement if you like. You're settling in. Be in your breath. Be in this space. Maybe be in the visualization, the blue sky above, and watch your thoughts like clouds floating by. Breathing softer and smoother. A little bit longer now. begin to guide yourself back to this space. Before moving, see if you notice all the points where you're connected. And very slowly, add subtle movement, fingers to toes. Maybe gently turn the head from side to side. Maybe bend the knees and plant the feet on the mat. You might sway your knees side to side or curl up into a ball. Choose whether to stay on your back for a breath or two longer or curl up on your side. And then the next several breaths, making your way up gently to seated. I'll meet you there. Thank you for joining Joel and myself this morning. It is such an honor to be able to hold this space to guide your practice. We will be back again tomorrow for Slow Flow, and we're doing it at noon tomorrow as the start of Passover is tomorrow evening, and I'm going to be virtually doing Passover with my family and Joel's first Passover experience. So we will be holding that holiday tomorrow evening. So I will see you here at noon, and know that if you ever can't make a live, the videos are all saved onto my YouTube channel, Karmic Roots Yoga, as well as on the Facebook business page, which is what you're on right now. So may you all know peace, wisdom, and serenity. And let us fill our hearts. Namaste. Thank you. Until next time, take care, be well. Oh, I'm glad your right hip feels good, Aunt Audrey. It's wonderful. Have beautiful mornings and the rest of your day. Bye now.